Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a War of Brothers campaign for you. We weren't able to record the first round due to my router crashing. I was able to get some of the round and I'll post a link to the recording of that in the description when that is up. But for our second round today, we have Corn Crib. Before we get into this, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have the 14th Tennessee, 7th South Carolina, the Kentucky Outlaws, 7th Louisiana, 20th Georgia, 6th Arkansas, Army of Northern Virginia, and the 1st Maryland, whereas on the Union side you have the 14th Indiana, 1st Ohio, 65th Illinois, 8th Connecticut, Midwest Brigade, New York Volunteers, 5th New Hampshire, and the 3rd United States Horse Artillery. Server pop as of now is 284, in balance is 6 towards the CSA side, artillery-wise. CSA has 6, Union has 17. So the imbalance right now is 17 infantry-wise in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters today, for the Union side, you have Parker here from the 6th New York, who's a part of the New York Volunteers. Opposite side, you got Twista from the 7th Louisiana. Very appreciative of these guys to give us the frontline view, on top of the view that we have of the spectator view. So skirmishers were able to move out at 45. They can start capping the point at 42. There was some skirmishing happening here at the start of the round, and as you can see, CSA has won the B point. Union flag is down there. Meanwhile, the rest of the infantry starts moving out at 42, and they can move out at the quick time until the 40-minute mark. At that point, quick time is not the only thing you can do. You can also do double quick and sprinting. However, bayonets cannot be equipped until the 30-minute mark. Co-commentating with me today, we have Ronald. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Ronald. I'm with the 5th Corps, 1st Maryland. Glad to join you tonight.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being here. So, would you be able to give us a concise overview of what happened in the first round?
So on the first round, they were playing on Hilltop, but it was the flip spawns. After lots of back and forth, lots of movement between the B and C point, switching hands between Union and Confederates. Eventually, they fought it out to a draw at the very end. Long, drawn-out fight, close casualties, awesome round.
Yeah, no, based on what I saw at the end of the round, too, and even at the beginning before I had the router issues, it was very, very close. But moving on to our round of Corn Crib, as I was mentioning to Ronald before this, it feels like we see this map a lot. But, you know, it makes sure that everyone's really good on it. But in your opinion, Ronald, what does each side have to do to win this map?
My opinion on this map, the most important spot to own is the corn and the field directly across from the corn. If you can set up a presence in that area, you deny them getting there and you win the day.
Yeah, so CSA to start off has the B point. They also capped A. For those of you who don't know what Conquest is, each side is fighting over 3 points of contention. If you capture a flagpole, you start dealing a ticket loss on your opponent. And that's the gist. You're trying to have more flags. Now, if each side has a flag captured, they cancel each other out and they don't deal any ticket loss. So right now, the CSA is dealing 1 flagpole worth of damage to the Union. If CSA was up 2-0 on flags, they'd be dealing 2 flagpoles worth, same with 3-0. So that's the gist of the game mode. You can never really sit around and do nothing. You've got to always be moving because the flag decap or the flag ticket drop rate is going to do way more damage to your team than any other action charging or shooting. And it looks like we already have a lot of chaos to start. 8th Connecticut is gunning it for the CSA artillery, and they're just skipping all the infantry.
Looks like 1st Maryland's turning back. Oh, they're just going to hit the B point. 8th Connecticut is wide open to CSA artillery.
Yeah, we saw 8th Connecticut kind of do this last round where they went from the Union A point to the B point, which was the center point of the map, spearheaded through it, and went to the C point, the CSA safe point, and they went and decapped and captured it. And it looks like that's what they're trying to do again, which it's kind of funny. I have not seen a team do that before. And it's surprising CSA's just not reacting, or maybe they just completely missed them.
I'm not sure if anybody even saw them get through there. They wiped out all the artillery guys. And there's no Discord comms, there's no Steam chat, so they have to send a runner.
It looks like they got the Mississippis as well. So, but because 8th Connecticut isn't there at the B point, CSA, with their overwhelming numbers, are going to be able to take that. Union's being pushed back to C. Looks like 1st Maryland's going through that corn, trying to contest that. Now, I remember when 8th Connecticut was playing Union on this map, and they were on their normal sides. Remember, as Ronald mentioned, these are flip sides, so Union spawns over here where CSA normally spawns, and CSA spawns over there where Union normally spawns. But 8th Connecticut was just harassing the CSA behind the C point the whole day, so I guess when I think about it a little more, 8th Connecticut doing that stuff is not surprising, but it is surprising for them just to go straight through the whole CSA team and be ignored. Normally, if they go around the flank, it's like it makes a little more sense. But 8th Connecticut.
Yeah, I do love the way Connecticut handles the flanks. Kevin's always looking for that one hole where he'll just make a hole and just run to the other side of the map real quick and pull the rebels.
So
it still looks like they're unaware though.
I mean, they're gonna be aware in a second. The moment the Union decaps A, is that more Union? Nah, it's just all 8th Connecticut. So that's going to be a huge decap for the Union because, again, they're down a flagpole this whole time, and CSA is up by 2/3 of a morale stage, and we just started. Now, 1st Maryland's copying 8th Connecticut and charging the Union artillery out, but unfortunately for them, there's no point over there. But CSA is really kind of pressuring the C point, and some of the CSA at B are starting to turn towards that A point. 7th LA is turning that way.
They're all coming right.
They're coming on the road.
But there's 2 flags. 3 flags are going right.
8th Connecticut holding out pretty well over there. Really completely denying this CSA artillery.
It seems, based on what I saw in the first round, we're kind of watching the same type of game plan from the Union and the CSA from the previous round. Union had their safe point. They tried contesting the middle point. 8th Connecticut and 5th New Hampshire went to the far safe CSA point, decap and capped it, and then eventually CSA has to send a large force to go get back their safe point because 8th Connecticut is no tiny force. So we'll see what happens there, though. We'll see if CSA overreacts. Meanwhile, opposite side of the map, 1st Maryland is charging through more artillery. And they're going to get some nice rear shots on the Union line.
Going back. Reconsolidating as a whole.
Yeah, they are going to get some nice shots in there. Union pushed into this corn. I don't know if these guys, the rebels in the corn, know.
Rip to the 65th Illinois. They lost their flag, too.
They're showing this flag, boys.
But CSA's kind of got to make a decision. I don't know if they push forward to C for the sake of having a better defensive spot or what. Also interestingly, 8th Connecticut pulled off the A point, so CSA has started the decap on that. They don't have a flag near the point.
Keep up that independent fire.
So that decap will at least stop the bleeding. 8th Connecticut is now turning to move through the corn. 8th Connecticut's going everywhere.
8th Connecticut may smash back into B point here.
Yeah, they're either going to do that or they could push up and hit 1st Maryland. It's not like they would know they're there unless they see their flag. And you're right, they're cutting to B.
Start shooting.
You got a couple of
CSA is reacting.
Yep. They're consolidating, but they're all clumping on this point. The increased rifle accuracy is going to make it dangerous for CSA to be sitting out in the open here. What's your thoughts on the update that we just had?
They're charging.
I love it. I love the extra accuracy. You know, charging is fun. Charging's always fun for everybody, but my immersion when we're just sitting there shooting at each other.
Yeah, I think over the past year it's been a lot of charging, but now with shooting being a viable strategy as well, there's a lot more strategies that can work that are available, and I think that just makes the game more exciting to watch and probably play, I assume, as well. So 8th Connecticut wins on that B point. They are going to decap, and they should get it back.
Artillery hitting 1st Maryland in that corn hard.
So there's that decap. There's another good shot from Union already. You can see that snake fence destruction as well.
Dogs, let's go.
And it looks like they're going to pull off. Maybe head back to that B point, as there's a good amount of CSA that charged in on 8th Connecticut, who actually wasn't able to get that cap.
Some fierce fighting here on B point.
Get out of here!
Get that flag back up. Get that flag back up.
And so 8th Connecticut barely survives, but 1st Maryland is like, nope, you're not going to survive much longer. You're going to die.
Yeah, just get.
And 8th Connecticut doesn't see him. Oh, this would be a good volley. If they do volley. There's some bushes in the way.
Officer to the east, he's down. Flag up. Oh, fuck me.
8th Connecticut just getting pinched here. Great moves by them though, taking A point down, taking B point down.
Definitely helps with the bleeding that Union's been having. There's some more Union at A point. 65th Illinois is there. Looks like 5th New Hampshire's here as well. They don't have a flag with them, or at least I don't see one. So they're just trying to get a decap. It's weird. Union's trying to have the majority of their teams sit back on that C point and just send 8th Connecticut, 65th Illinois, and the 5th New Hampshire out to kind of just play this decap game. I feel like that's a losing game, though. Because Union needs to have 2 points capped, or they need to decap the 2 CSA points for them to start dealing a loss with the flags. Which, they just did that. So... and immediately it takes back. I mean, that imbalance is, at least infantry-wise, is a lot due to that artillery imbalance of 11. And so it's a 15-man infantry imbalance in favor of CSA. I mean, artillery, as we've seen, they're going to get a nice couple shots, but a lot of the stuff comes down to these charges on the points. And the problem is when Union's down by 15 guys, a whole regiment, that's a large group. And when you don't have enough manpower to defend your save points while trying to go out and get the opponent's points, it creates a difficult situation.
Yeah, I agree that that's 10 to 15 rifles that, you know, could be shooting. Could be stabbing.
Indeed. So, CSA are going to get A and B back. A couple of those Union guys are harassing the CSA already that survived at A. And they're going to have fun doing that, but this is a difficult situation for the Union. CSA and USA fighting a lot in this woods to the south of C. A couple of
Very heavy fighting.
8th Connecticut Cav are going to get a flank on the 1st Maryland line. Union's starting to shift around. I don't know if they're trying to flank them or hit their side. There's a few more CSA back. 6th Arkansas and 20th Georgia here as well. Union flag is down right on top of 1st Maryland. Didn't notice that.
Boys, keep falling it back right here. Keep pushing back. On demons, right here.
Union consolidating here pretty nicely. Let's see what they do.
On this line, on this line.
I feel like that's one of the only ways Union's going to be able to really win this, at least this map being outnumbered, is they got to blob up and they got to hit the CSA and hope that the CSA is spread out, which when we zoom out and look over everything, CSA is spread out. Union sending smaller groups out to the A and B point, and CSA is eventually able to overcome that. But if Union can blob up and just hit them, do the good old 5th Corps blob charge, can be wonderful. Potentially. Who knows if it works.
And I'm not sure if the Rebels are aware, but 8th Connecticut, Kevin Malone, they've snuck past. They're going to hit A point with a pretty sizable force here.
I almost wonder if they should just cap that A point and just try to hold that off as long as they can, because, I mean, what? They're down almost a half morale stage right now, and they need to hold that point for a while, because last time they decapped A. It was beautiful. Then they left right away and went towards that B point. They were never able to get a 2-point cap, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think that they were able to get the decap off of B, but I'm not sure if they were ever able to get it up there.
And in the woods, Union's getting really close to the CSA line. 8th Connecticut, Cav is charging up forward. NYV is pushing up. 7th LA charging into the Cav of 8th Connecticut. But A will be decapped.
The Union coming back together really strong here.
7th LA flag is down. Rest of the CSA are moving in, but NYV shows up for the Union as well. A couple team kills happening here as Union run into each other.
That's not a friendly. Oh, sorry, Nate. Sorry, Nate. That's not a friendly right there.
Well, and even with all the accuracy changes, you know, nothing really beats a heavy-handed charge in your favor.
Yep. I mean, charging has been so incredibly powerful, in my opinion, over the past year that even with the shooting buff, everything's great. I'm so glad the devs buffed shooting and didn't nerf charging.
I agree. I agree. It's great to see.
That's a good officer, good and dead.
Company rally.
Now we just need artillery to get a little more boom.
Killed it.
So CSA lose 1 flag. Happy Green is trying to get out with I don't know whose flag is that, but he's trying to get out. NYV wants him dead.
I'm gonna get your ass, boy. Yeah.
And they got him.
In that area, though, every foot closer to spawn helps you out getting that flag back, though.
That's the truth. They do get it back. CSA looks like they got the A point back. I don't know if there was fighting or not. 8th Connecticut's not on the point, so I think they're just going to run up and play this decap cap game with it. Have some fun with it. But this is a great start for Union, at least in the wood line, because they got 2 CSA flags down. And Old Bones is trying to run one of those flags out, and he gets domed. But his buddy, Biggest Dickus, picks it up. He's oh, and he dies. One of the officers got him. I don't know who.
Yeah, that stays here, buddy.
So 5-minute despawn timer on those, but like mentioned, they're moderately close to CSA spawn. But if those 65th Illinois guys just sit on those flags, I think they could do great things for their team. Because every second the CSA don't have those flags, if a guy dies in their company, they got to spawn back at main and then trek back to the line, and that creates a spread out mess. 14th Tennessee caught a little off guard by the NYV. They had some nice shots on their rear. They wiped the 14th basically, except for Kerosene. He gets out. Union really starting to pressure.
Lots of fighting here.
Yeah, Union's pressuring the B point. There's some CSA in the corner trying to flank. There's a lot of like mini charging happening in the wood line. 8th Connecticut charged to A, but 6th Arkansas engaged with them, and they got the 8th Connecticut flag down, but here comes 1st Ohio and 65th and 14th.
And A and V appears to be between 2 different Union regiments.
That's the thing with Conquest is everything happens at once. It's First Maryland, that was the unit for the CSA in the corn, are now trying to charge into the Union that have condensed down at B. Union is going to drop into taking loss. The CSA have just hit engage.
I mean, Union holding out on that charge on A point against A and B.
First Maryland and TKO win that out on the B point for CSA. Looking at the charge at A, it looks like Union's going to win that. CSA flag is down.
Hey, friendly. Rebels.
RIP Snow Cactus, he just got team killed. But
The Union putting a strong presence on this A point is a good idea, I think. I think they're turning it around if they can hold that.
yeah, I agree. If they can hold it, it'd be great, but they haven't been able to do that yet. The unfortunate thing is CSA, I don't know how long it's going to take them to realize, but Union has really committed to that A point, and the C point outside of the Union artillery is pretty wide open right now. Which
It looks like Rebels are seeing it. It looks like they're going. Maryland might be going. I'm not sure here.
at least try.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get your mind.
Oh, is Irish going? Yeah, they're gonna go. Good decision there. More fighting at A. TKO's trying to charge in here. Very outnumbered. Looks like 7 South Carolina's doing the same for CSA, but again outnumbered. And Union's in taking losses.
Let's kill him first. I got it. 14.
We're gonna have 20 of Georgia engaging A point from the rear.
That's so unfortunate timing because TKO and 7 South Carolina just got wiped for them, and now they roll up on the side, and they're going to get great shots, but they're outnumbered.
Yeah, here we go. On here. Independent fire, boys. Get poured in.
First Maryland taking heavy artillery fire on that C point.
And they're going to get that decap right before the Union main spawns move out, which Union has just showed up. And now Union's dealing 2 flagpoles worth. Who decapped that B? Looks like some 5th New Hampshire guys. That's a huge decap. Union charging in at C now, trying to prevent the CSA from decapping and capping.
This is big for Union here.
And that first Union wave might not clear it up. I mean, Midwest Brigade got a good amount of kills, but here comes NYV, and they should finish this off. CSA get out of dodge. A couple of Union artillery guys are killing the retreaters, getting the flag down.
Oh no! Right on Dutchess.
That was pretty awesome. NYV.
They're still trying to keep that flag down.
Yep, I like it. But the question is, where's the closest Union flag to see? Because they've won the point back, but I don't know where the closest flags are. I mean, there's 2 downed Union flags by B. And then I think the 2 other flags are at A. Actually, never mind. CSA is completely won at A. Union has 2 flags at CSA already. So CSA
NYV trying to get set up on B point here.
Are they gonna go in? Ah, they're gonna go in and get those flags. It's a good idea, and I think they're gonna go back to C and raise the flag.
Give me a party! Give me a party! Give me a party! I'm our flag!
It's just back and forth and back and forth.
This is the most chaotic corn crib round I think I've seen.
There's a flag. West of B, there's a flag.
8th Connecticut in numbers on the Rebel artillery right now.
Why are the Rebel artillery guys still trying to spawn in? I mean, you don't know if they're there, but they're just running in circles trying not to die. Oh, they're gonna go in. Oh, one goes down. Oh, second guy down. Third guy down. There's one more, and he's running away.
Snow Cactus is going to show that guy his new pistol, I think.
You guys really suck at shooting, I'm not gonna lie.
I got something to show you.
Things have settled down a little bit. Looks like Union trying to really get some pressure up towards the B point.
They are, and they need something. They need to change the course of this battle fast, because the grand scheme of this battle has been CSA winning. I mean, there's been slight Union leads in terms of, like, flag pulls, but, I mean, Union's down almost a whole morale stage right now. Something's got to change.
Maryland with some good shots into the side of NYV there. 8th Connecticut's going to charge them, though.
Gotcha, I'm out.
So yeah, Union's making kind of from this corn side. I don't think that 1st Maryland flag in the corn is going to make it out. It's going to hit the 8th Connecticut group. There's a couple of Union guys here, 5th New Hampshire and 1st Ohio trying to get around the south side of B, but CSA guys there is going to stop that. Meanwhile, in the woods to the south of C, 14th Tennessee, 3 guys, Big Pappy, JJ Panzer, and Meat Cutter. They are going to go to the C point. And they could potentially decap. There are a couple Union guys from NYV going back to the point, though, so maybe not. Who knows? How did that CSA flag make it past 8th Connecticut? Nah, from 1st Maryland Cav. How do you even do that?
On the left, Dave.
Oh, they're still getting shot at, too. God, they're not out of the woods yet.
Oh, coffin kill now as the flag. I think he just got shredded. I don't know if he was team killed. But I mean, CSA just needs to fiercely hold the B point like this and hope that no Union Rambos get behind him to A. And I mean, CSA is going to be set for this round. Union's now down more than a morale stage. They're about to hit breaking. Union can't sit and shoot here for much longer.
No, Union has to get the 2 points here.
Oh my goodness. 3 Union guys were just standing on top of each other, and I don't know if the CSA is bucking ball or not, but they just all died in like one shot. And Union's charging in on the B point. Some CSA are charging out against them.
This is going to be a big fight. If they can get the 2-point advantage here, they may possibly have a chance to turn things around.
I mean, if Union holds...
They need to hold it.
Yeah, if Union can hold this B point for the rest of the round, then I think there's definitely room to come back, but that's a good point. They've got to hold it. They haven't been able to do that this round.
Make a hole, make a hole, make a hole.
So...
Got 7th LA coming to make more pressure. Got 1st Maryland and 7th South Carolina moving back into B.
Meanwhile, for Union, on the south side, NYV is pushing up with the flag. I don't know if they're trying to go for A or flank the CSA, but good turn here from Union.
There you go. Do it. That's fine.
Oh, Kevin, Northwest.
Get another.
Come on, let's go. Break your reloads.
8th Connecticut has just been flying everywhere. I feel like they've seen every piece of ground this map.
They have a little road map. They're trying to explore everything.
Yeah, they're putting those little pin stickers on the wall.
So, Union get the point. They do hit breaking. CSA, though, about to fall into taking loss in a second. You got a lot of CSA grouping up where that 7th LA and some A and V guys are at. Maybe they're going to try to push up from this side, use that corn to their advantage, and hit the Union. We'll see. But 7th LA does not use the corn, and they kind of go center. I think they're trying to reinforce where 6 Arkansas is at in TKO. And, oh my goodness, 1st Maryland in the corner. They are about to hit 8th Connecticut on the side. Do they see him?
Race left.
It's going to be a big fight here.
8th Connecticut has to hold this.
Start to brace, but 1st Maryland just swarming in.
And that was pretty quick. So that's a downed Union flag. Union has a 2nd down flag by the barn as well. Meanwhile, south side of the B point, we got some charging here. Midwest Brigade going in on 7th LA.
Get up on here. Get up on here.
Is Maryland punching all the way through to C point here?
No shot. C point is open. If they cap all 3 points, they'll deal 3 flagpoles worth of damage. Decap day. 5th New Hampshire again. You know, 5th New Hampshire has a very specific role, and they've been doing a very good job of that tonight. So, for a moment, it looked like CSA might have been able to cap all 3 points and force a counterattack, a 3-minute counterattack, which is not a lot of time.
Where's the closest flag?
No, it is not.
I mean, what? It takes you a little more than 30 seconds to lower or raise a flag. So.
And usually you're spawning main and having to sprint back as well.
So some Union are charging out at B. Midwest Brigade, they're trickling in, but they're not going to be able to do a whole lot there.
Motherfuckers don't know I got that dog in me.
Someone got the dog.
First Maryland making a move here for C point, it looks like. Possibly lower the flagpole.
A lot of Union moving up from Maine, though, and they're probably going to get
a lot.
They're going to get the C first before they do.
All of 8 Connecticut here crashing into C.
And they back off. CSA does for Maryland.
So you have the other half of 1st Maryland going towards Union artillery.
They would much rather take on the few artillerists than the whole Union mob coming out of main spawn.
Except the Union artillery is now taking the Rebel artillery on the other side of B point here.
What the heck?
3rd U.S. Horse Artillery about to fire from the Rebel position.
Now we have an arty charge at the deep CSA arty point. Oh. You know, Mick Dickin here from 7th LA just killed... I don't know if he has a little mat. That's not allowed, right? Or is it for this event?
The Lamat is not allowed, but I believe he did just go 6 for 6 with his pistol.
I know, he cooked. And he single-handedly held that, and he's got 14th Tennessee guys cleaning the rest up. That was beautiful.
That was a great hold.
But CSA gets that B point back, and the question of can the Union actually hold a point, they can't.
Yeah, it looks like they're got to make a move here. They're running out of time.
It's going to get to a point where they need to cap all 3 points.
First Maryland taking the corner here by the B point.
Gotta hit these shots, come on. A lot of shots going.
These
over.
are easy shots, boys. These are easy.
And now, maybe not a few days ago, but now if people miss shots, you can definitely call skill issue. I never realized that. I knew there was like sway and bullet randomness, but based on the photos they shared in the patch notes, I didn't realize it was that much of a bullet spread. I didn't realize a lot of the shooting was luck-based.
Yeah, the first thing anyone ever told me was that you just imagine a cone firing out of the end of your rifle, and it's crazy how much it can variate within that cone.
And First Maryland's dive bombing to C. Now, a little greedy, I would say. They don't need to do this, but I mean, Union might have a chance if they overextend. Maybe. I don't know if 9 minutes is enough for Union to come back. I mean, at this point, Union's so low in tickets, they're probably going to hit last stand, even if they do put up a good fight and start taking flags back.
Yeah, this is also going to draw most of the Union to C and really let the Rebels stay rooted in there on B.
Meanwhile, at A, guess who's back? Oh, it's Midwest Brigade. That's the first time I've seen them over here. But they're going to get that decap at A, so... But, unfortunately for them, First Maryland's going to get that decap at C.
You should have stayed on that side of the fence.
First Maryland almost entirely surrounded. Getting shot from both sides right now.
Ooh, nice
Big
shot.
artillery.
Yeah, got that in the distance.
This one guy is by himself.
They do get the decap off, though. They have the 2-point advantage here. Tickets just ticking away.
CSA see the Midwest Brigade at A. There's some more Union guys shifting over to A. Midwest Brigade's got to get this decap off, and they're about to. I mean, being down 2 flags, that is not it, Chief. And I mean, still Union's losing tickets. Midwest is trying to get a cap, but 6th Arkansas and 14th Tennessee, TKO, I see them as well, are charging in. And they should clean up Midwest Brigade here. So Union's going to hit last stand any second.
Arkansas says hello. How you doing?
Yeah, we're.
And Union's gonna lose a flag too.
Well, Union secured C point. They're gonna lose the A point control they had. Vaughn and his guys firing the artillery again. Oh, this is 8th Connecticut's battery firing a rebel battery again. They
Well,
get charged out.
At least they get a shot off.
You're not nice. Come here. Come here. Not nice.
Leave me alone, Dommy.
Dobby, kill him.
So CSA get B and A. They get A back. Have had B. Union's gonna get C back. Each side has one flag down, but any second unit is gonna hit last stand. At that point, they can't respawn. There it is.
Right there.
So, to my understanding, the amount of flag pulls capped at the end of the round matter a lot for how far pieces have to be retreated or moved after a round.
Yeah, so
Oh my goodness! Wait! Look at Union already west side. They're about to fire batteries by left to the right.
we're seeing.
That's beautiful. Sorry, I had
I
to
love this
interrupt.
bit.
That's something you don't see that often. Anyways, were you saying something about the flag cap? How it matters?
Oh
in the
yeah.
campaign.
So, with the way the whatever it says on the screen when the match ends, CSA won, Union none, or draw. That's like who wins. If one side wins and you have multiple flag pulls and the other side only had one, it depends the severity of the loss, and it influences casualties on the board. It influences how far your piece has to retreat. It influences how many prisoners go to the prisoner camp. We also have that on the tabletop as well.
I appreciate the explanation. I'm waiting for this CSA battery to go off again. 'Cause that was cool. I mean, Union's grouping up a lot at C. CSA's kind of forming up and taking shots at Union. Alright,
Union seems content right now in a come and take it kind of position. Just let the clock run out is what they're thinking, I think.
that was pretty cool. So, yeah, no. I don't blame Union here, trying to just hold this point to the last. Is there any rule in the event for like putting a arty gun or a case on to block the cap point? Is there a rule against that?
I don't believe there's a stated rule, but it's more of a gentleman's agreement not to cheese it like that.
Right.
We're gonna bleed them as long as we can here, but then if the situation looks hopeless, make sure you die before they triple cap.
Do a little trolling, as they say. To the south, 1st Maryland looks like Company D. They got a great little flank volley, and now they're going to charge in.
And they're really going to hit this line. Are they going to brace in time?
Uh-oh, guess who it is? Guess who it is?
Keep pushing.
They get their flag back up.
Oh, CSA charged through the open field as well, a couple of them. Or no, sorry, that was those guys.
These nuts.
Perspective is everything.
8th Connecticut appears to be repositioning, getting a new line back here.
I don't know why they're holding off on the away from the point unless they're going to charge in to save it last second. You have a couple of Union guys deep into the corn on the northeast east side. The artillery guys, which for this mode, if you're in last stand, you got to kill everyone but like 4 people for the round to end. And so I don't know if for the sake of the campaign board going off like that is a necessarily good idea.
Yeah, the way I look at it is if you get in the last stand, the best possible thing you can do for the tabletop would be just a full-on suicide charge and get out of there.
And CSA's kind of... There's some charges across the open field. Some CSA's quick timing.
Lady? Yeah, shoot those bastards! Shoot
They're trying to let you catch their good side.
You're lucky. I missed you and got the dude behind you.
And
Ace Connecticut going in.
Shoot him, Union! Million, chance! Shoot him, Union, shoot him! Shoot him! Just shoot!
Vaughn
Shoot,
and 3rd
retard,
U.S.
just
Horse
shoot.
Artillery.
Let's
The
go.
Kaza cannons primed. They should be firing here any moment.
No.
oh, they're all aimed to the point too. Oh my. This is gonna be perfect.
Flag, run, flag.
Maybe not great for the campaign board, but this will be funny. Assuming they
Vaughn
get
and
it.
his guys are terrifying when they're shooting cannons at you, let me say that.
Alright, any second we're gonna see these shots. The cap has started. One. There's two.
Well, at least they broke the.
Where are the other two? Hey! Hey! Beautiful. Anyways, Ronald, what are your thoughts for this round?
Very tough fighting. Points were exchanged in hands of both sides. You know, if the Union could have held B for any length of time, it could have gone differently, but great fights all around.
This was a very good round. A chaotic round at that, but CSA was able to take control. I think part of that is just Union having so many guys on artillery. It's a lot harder for Union. I mean, 10, 15 guys on a rifle. Maybe they're not going to hit all their shots, but when it comes down to charges on positions, 10 to 15 men can make the difference. So, yeah, good job to CSA on winning this round outright, unlike the previous round, which was more of a draw. But with that all being said, thank you all for watching. Again, sorry about the first round and the issues with that, but I hope you were able to enjoy the second round. If you do want to support the channel, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord merch, X, Instagram, TikTok, and more. Anyways, I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. The round 1 live stream will be linked in the description, so you can still see at least the first 10-ish minutes of that if you want. Anyways, have a good night. We'll see you in the next one.